Again, for all of the time we was up in these streets making ends when we chasing them bands. All of my niggas be up in the kitchen, they whipping, they swell up their hands. Ice, 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 ice. I'ma put ice on their head. How many times do
Yo, what up, man? It's Yonis Bryant IG. I'm with Gold Coast and their creative content studio. VC Vet is out right now. Go download that. Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. Go follow my shit.
She did.
It's the truth. Like I got into music because I was trying to shoot my shot with a little shotty in 7th grade. And it worked, you know what I mean?
Word. Break down on your musical journey so far.
So basically, man, I started making music when I was in 7th grade. Up until now, man, I'm still making music. Just recently, probably like a year and a half ago, I started taking it serious, man, because a lot of people told me there was so much potential, and I see the potential in myself, and I feel like I can do this, you know what I mean? And I'm stick with it, I'm going to do what I can, and we're going to pop. Put on VC, LA, Portland, Maine, everybody.
Word. So, when did you realize that you wanted to pursue music, and why? Like, what was your inspiration?
Honestly, man, like, I knew I was supposed to pursue this, like, from the beginning, you know what I mean? Like, even when I first started, like, in the 7th grade, like, I knew, it's crazy, too, because it was, like, my first track, like, it was like, a more lovey-dovey R&B song compared to, like, you know, what I'd be making now, but that's how I started off, and now it's...
So you made music for the ladies, or, like, you did that?
Back then, yeah, like, that's literally how, it's crazy to say that, but I mean, that's facts, it's the truth. Like, I got into music because, you know, I was trying to shoot my shot with, you know, a little shotty in 7th grade, and it worked, you know what I mean?
Word. Okay, so where are you from originally?
Originally, man, I was born in Mombasa, Kenya. I'm 100% Somali. All my Somali people stand up. Yeah, man, originally from Mombasa, Kenya. We flew because country was going crazy. There's a whole bunch of war going on. So our parents, I'm an immigrant. So we came out here, touched down in Atlanta, Georgia, Zone 6, stand up, and stayed out there for like 10 years, and then moved up here, bro. And just been in Auburn, Lewiston, and then right now in Portland, Maine area.
Word. Okay. So, how do your parents feel about you making hip hop music?
I mean, mom and pops, man, they don't know, man. It's crazy because it's like, I still haven't, it's crazy because my sister I was talking to my sister about this the other day, and I still haven't even thought of like the perfect way to even like tell them, you know what I mean, like they son out here making music, you know what I mean, popping. So it's like, I don't know, man. One day, inshallah, you know, God willing, I'm gonna pull up to the crib, have a duffel bag with $1 million in it, put it on, and hopefully see the smile on her face, and she won't even care what I do, you know, as long as I love it, you know. I know she gonna support.
Word. Do you think the African and Somali community needs to be more receptive towards hip hop?
Honestly, that's not my place to say anything, you know what I mean? But it's like, it's however they wanna, you know, go about it. You know, it's however they want to feel about it. However you feel about it, it's correct because that's how you feel, and nobody should ever tell you how the fuck to feel. But,
Okay.
you know.
So describe your music making process.
Music making process. At first, you know what I mean, I take something called marijuana, break it up, you know what I mean, put it in the low, you know what I mean, roll it up, listen to a beat, and just, you know, catch a vibe, you know, get in a zone, and, you know, from there, that's what fire is me, you know what I mean?
Do you write your own beats, or do you get them from people? And if you do, who are like good beats makers that you know that you want to shout out?
So, I mean, I don't make my own beats. Like, I tried that. Shit's way too complicated. Shout out to all the producers, bro, 'cause that shit's hard as fuck, bro. But I don't make my own beats. I get my beats from people. Shout out to Young Tego. Shout out to my little brother too, 'cause he produced it too. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I usually just take it from people. Just send me beats, you know what I mean? But and creative process, like I said, man, just catch a vibe, get in the zone, and just start writing.
Word. Speaking of vibes, what type of vibe do you get as an artist in the Portland music scene?
Type of vibes. I hope I give off good vibes. I mean, as long as I know, especially in Maine, not a lot of people are, in the whole. I mean, slowly but surely, there's a lot of people, hopping onto the culture, the hip hop wave. But I feel like, compared to what they be listening to out here, all that country shit and, the rap shit, I feel like I kind of, even though I don't make country music, but I kind of like, fit somewhere in the middle. And I feel like they respect it and, they grasp, what I spit, what I mean? So I'm sure they appreciate it.
Word. Okay. So like, how do you? This is a big question. How do you make money as an independent artist, man? Like, break this down for everyone out there that's young, hip, they don't know how to really get deep into this industry. How do you make money?
I mean, first off, man, shout out to like Distro Kid, TuneCore, I say TuneCore. Shout out to Distro Kid. Shout out to all those independent, platforms that help, independent artists like me, be able to put my music out there, you know what I mean? Because if it wasn't for them, bro, like, I won't be here where I am. So it's like, I would say, man, how I started, might as well take the route, Distro Kid ain't paying me for this, but make a Distro Kid, figure out how to put all your shit on, all different platforms and stuff, and then they literally give you 100% every single money that people buy, all your music that they buy, everything, all royalties go to you. So that's how I started, man. Just put my shit up there, and every time someone clicks, stream, download it, money came in. And I guess, if you're popping and if people are gonna support you and go out and buy stuff, that's the best way to go, just to build, some revenue and, just enough to just put back into your music, buying beats, doing interviews, music videos. It's just good startup.
Word. So what about show money and event money? Like, how does that work?
Show money, I mean, that all differs. That all depends on, what venue you at. What it all depends on, because you always make deals or whatever, what I mean, with the person or people who own the venues and stuff like that. So it's like, it's hard for me to just, pinpoint, but.
Okay. So, you work with, a few different artists, but I think your most recognizable artist was Young Ma. You got to open up for her. Like, take us on that journey. Like, how did that come about, and what was the feeling?
Shout out to Young and May, man. Shout out to Gold Coast, because Gold Coast was the one who put up, made that event and brought her to USM Gorham campus, and gave me the opportunity to go ahead and open up for her, and I appreciate that forever. And man, it was cool, man. It was vibes, bro. She's cool, man. Show that night was lit, bro. After party and all that, it was lit, bro. But it was dope, man. It was a dope time. We really need to, do that again, man. She was fun.
Word. That's what's up. So I was just thinking to myself, like, I don't know any Somali rappers like that except for that guy from Canada. Like, how do you think, being Somali, like, affects you being a rapper? You know what I'm saying? So I feel like you guys are very strong when it comes to your culture and everything.
True.
That sometimes hip hop isn't always as prominent, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it is hard, man, because it's like, our culture and our religion clashes when it comes to like the hip hop and the musical industry, and so I mean, it's in our blood. As a Somali man, we're poets, bro. We're known for putting words together, making them rhyme, and just having crazy deep meaning behind every single verse and every single sentence that we write. So it's like, I feel it's harder for them to get acquainted to like the hip hop aspect because it's, you know, just what we talk about and stuff like that. But I feel, you know, eventually it'll come around. It'll come around. But this is one of those things, man. You never know.
What's your outlook on the music industry post-COVID?
Outlook, man. Yo, shout out to everyone who's in the industry right now, staying strong, straight, focused. You know, because it's hard right now, man. Because you can't even go out and, you know, be able to perform, you know, the music that you make. You know what I mean? And be able to get that in crowd engagement. You know, all of that. So, what was the question again? I mean, man, I'm
Go plane, chasing best, fell in love with the cheese. Like he got certified beam. Bullets fly if you fuck with the team. No